well, hello, Betsy. It's a waste of time for you, mama, not for me. Like the
Yeah.
and so that's the thing is you really have to start trusting yourself. It's like
Mhm.
we've been taught to mistrust our own guidance, our own
Yeah.
intuition, our own lived experience, and in favor of whatever the society wants you to do, a regurgitation from whatever your parents told you when you were growing up. It's so many things that you have to
Yeah.
dismantle, and it's like if you don't, you're going to spend your life chasing something someone else told you is desirable, and it's like why the are you listening to someone who has not lived your life, who has never lived a day in your shoes, and also didn't chase their dreams? Someone who did not trust themselves and bet on themselves to go after what they truly desired. No, they stuck.
Preach.
They stuck with whatever plan their parents or society or whoever told them to do, and they never questioned it. And so,
Mhm.
why the fuck am I going to be listening to Betsy over here telling me not to do this when I know that I can?
We are so back for season 2 of Graphic Content, the podcast where we talk all things who, why, and the what the moments along the way. I'm your host, Gio, and what's on brand for me this week is overloading my schedule and regretting every minute of it. Today, I'm joined by Quinton, the founder of GQ Tarot, a tarot reader, astrologer, and self described iced coffee sipping swear machine, helping people reconnect with their higher selves. His story is part intuition, part hustle, and all heart. Welcome to the show, Gordon.
Wow, thank you so much for having me. That was a fantastic intro. Wow.
So, how are you? What's going on?
I'm good. Yeah, it's I've been busy. Holy, I've been traveling a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
just joined the Galaxy Psychic Fairs, and so I've been doing all their shows in this last quarter. And I just had my final show of the season this past weekend, Newmarket. And yeah, I've been traveling all over the place. I just got a new car, so that's cool.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my first car, and it's brand new. So right now I have a couple events next week, and I do hair too. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of hair clients coming up. December's coming, and I have a couple things then. But I'm chilling for this last bit of the year.
I have to give a bit of context. So, you reached out to me in, was it July? I think it's like
Yeah,
summer.
summer.
And you're like, hey, like I would love to like be part of the show. And you were the first person to ever reach out to me to
Oh
say
wow.
like, hey, I want to do the show.
Yeah.
Since then I like, and I'm not saying this anyway like ego, but like I've had a few people actually reach out to me to be like, hey, I want to be on the show, which to me is holy, like
Yeah.
that's amazing. But when you were talking to me and you were saying like, hey, I'd love to do like a reading, and I thought that was the perfect way to have you be the first episode of season 2, especially because we're going to be timing this to be at the beginning of 2026. And
Yeah.
so, I thought new year, get a birth chart reading, like all of that. And so I was like, that would be like the perfect. And we were talking in my car. I mean, I was in my car, but
Yeah. No, me too.
for like half an hour,
Yeah.
we
I
were
was
both driving around.
exactly. I was driving. I was coming back from Wolf and Rebel, and I was like, oh, okay, here. Well, you know what? If it's time, it's time. Like if that's all we got, that's all we got, and it worked great. Like we had a great conversation, and it was about everything we're doing now. So
The thing is like the way I go through life, and I'm sure with your line of work, I don't like to plan. Like I'm just like a
yeah.
feeler. Let me feel through how I go through life, whether it's through work or personal relationships, etc. And so for you, like having gotten into the line of work that you're in, how did that come to be? Like where did it first come into your life where you're like, okay, this is something that I'm going to I feel that it's important.
It took a little bit, at least for tarot, because I've been doing astrology for a while, but like professionally, that's a whole nother question. Me getting into tarot, me starting, it was just I picked it up one day. My partner had a deck and I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I started to learn what the cards were. Like
Mhm.
it comes with a little guidebook, and I would read it and I would be like, this doesn't make any sense. And so I literally burnt it. I burnt the book. I did like a little ceremony, a little ritual. I was just like, this is not, it's not helping me evolve. Like I'm not really learning anything from it. And so I really had to trust my intuition at that point because I taught myself how to do it. Like I didn't go to someone, I didn't look any like YouTube videos up of people like
Mhm.
explaining blah, blah, blah. Like I literally taught myself how to read them. And yeah, it's crazy because professionally, like that's it. As I just opened GQ Tarot last October, and what really made me do that, like what made me confident in the fact that I felt like I could, was like I had been reading for like 5 years at that point, almost
Hmm.
5 years. And I would just like the readings that I would do, like for my friends, for my family, it was just insane. Like it was the craziest, like shit would come up. And the way that I read is very emotional. It's very psychological. It's more feelings based rather than like
Hmm.
a future prediction. It would just be like I could tap into exactly how they felt about something. It wouldn't be very specific, but it would be the feeling itself would be very specific, and it would be like a certain area of life. And so it was just every reading that I did was just very aligned for them, and it resonated. And so I was like, holy shit, like I could totally do this. Like I could do this professionally. I could do this every day. I could do this all the time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, here we go, let's do it. And so I did. So I literally made my Instagram account, and I made my Instagram account for GQ Tarot and my GQ Hair as well at the same time. And I was more focused on the hair in the beginning because I was just like, okay, yeah, like this is more, it just felt more feasible. And then as time went on, I was like, what the heck am I doing? And so I really kicked my ass
Hmm.
into high gear for the tarot, and then that really took off. Like that's the thing, is when I first started, it wasn't, I didn't know anyone. Like I wasn't involved in the community. Like I'm a spiritual person, I'm
Hmm.
psychic, but not for anyone else. Like it's for me. Like it's
Yeah.
like we said in the beginning, the deja vu. There's so many things that I'm able to pinpoint for myself and differentiate now between what's like going down, psychic wise, intuition wise, deja vu wise, a dream happening wise, or a vision of the future wise. Um, I'm able to differentiate between all of that. It was something that I was utilizing for myself. It wasn't something that I was like externalizing or projecting to
Yeah.
other people or even utilizing for other people, because I was just like, okay, bitch, this is me. And then even now, it's like the tarot. Like there's so many different ways and there's so many different readers. I don't read intuitively. It's like I rely on the cards for the messages. I rely on the cards to give me structure and context.
Hmm.
And without the cards, I don't have a message for you. And so it's not very intuition, because there's people that do psychic readings that they don't need the cards. They just look at you and they tell you. And I'm like,
Yeah, they could just vibe.
how the fuck are they tapping into that? Just sitting there being like, oh yeah, your mom, she hates you. Oh shit. Okay, cool. You can just see it on my face. Like, great.
Hmm.
It's, yeah, that's so weird. So this, I find it very, it's methodical, and it's there's patterns, and like, okay, with math, like with numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2. Like we know that. Tarot is kind of like the same way. It's like
Hmm.
there's certain cards together. This is what they mean. And for me, that's the thing. It's like it doesn't matter who it is. If I pull these two cards for anybody, it's going to say the same message to me. The thing that I'm getting from it is going to be pretty much the same. And so like that's what it is. That's what makes it individual as the person, is these two cards could be for anybody, but it's specifically for you, and this message is going to resonate or not.
You talking about this, I'm like, I'm so pumped to get a reading from you. Like, this is gonna
Yeah.
be also through this, like through the online world. Like, it'll be interesting to have that. Like, do you do that online?
It's a little different energy, it's a different pulse, but it's still the same thing.
That's why I was like, let's talk first, let's do the
Yeah.
interview, and then get into, so you can kind of like maybe pick up on some energy. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
as throughout the interview. But I want to go back a little bit. So you said this calling found you, it chose you. So
Yeah.
like, what was the first moment where you're like, oh, there's something here where I'm kind of picking up on things that are not necessarily right in front of me?
The moment I picked it up, like I was still working. I was at Canadian Tire at the time. I was a supervisor. It was like COVID was happening, and it was just like I needed a way to disconnect. And so literally the moment I picked it up, I was like, holy crap, like this is something is happening here. And I mean, I've always been spiritual, I've always been
Hmm.
connected to something, I've always been so open. And so I've always knew about it, like it was in the back of my mind, but it wasn't anything on my own that I was just like, okay, let's do that. It was just, I don't know, I picked it up and it was just like, here it is. And so when I started to read for people and the shit was real, I was like, what the fuck? Like this is language. Like this is something that, and it's crazy because I say it all the time. I'm like, anyone can do this. And people then tell me all the time, no, they can't. And I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, they can. Like they can. It's crazy. Like I've taught tarot classes, and you expect something. It's like you see the readers on TikTok or Instagram, and they're very like, yeah, they're specific, but it's very general. Like it's something where it's
Yes.
like you're coming into power, and like you came into this lifetime to reset everything. And I'm like, okay, great, but like what's happening? Like like what? How am I supposed to utilize this? This isn't
What are the
palatable.
deets?
It's just not tangible. Like this isn't, you're just telling me I'm powerful and I'm amazing and I can
100%.
do whatever I want. It's like, okay, that's good advice for anybody. Like what's the thing? Like how is it palatable? Like I need something tangible
Mhm.
to utilize. It's like I need something to work with here. It can't just be energies all around you. Great, that's great. What's
Mhm.
actually happening though? It's like that's also another thing is when people come in for readings, they expect you to like know everything that they got going on. They expect you to know their life. They expect you to know their mom's name. I'm like,
100.
who the hell do you think I am? Like, I don't, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, your name is Sarah, and I know that you came here to get a reading because your mom's trying to kick you out the house. I mean, that's probably
Mhm.
going to resonate for someone listening to this right now. Sarah, sorry, but like it's not like that, and they don't want to reveal information sometimes, and I'm like, I understand the language of the tarot, you don't. By you withholding information from me, this message is going to be general. It's going to
Mhm.
highlight some things that you might not even be aware of consciously, so it's like,
So maybe not with a tarot reader, but I've gone to mediums in the past. And a lot of times I won't give information almost as a
yeah.
way to like see if they're legit. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
what can they?
Well, especially for mediums, that's where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, they can't just be like, oh, your grandma. It's like, okay, okay, yes, but like, what's
Hmm.
going on? Oh, well, she's telling me that you've been doing some crazy shit. It's like, okay, what's the crazy shit I've been doing? Oh, I don't know. She's just not. She's just questioning it. Okay, thanks, grandma.
I had so recently I went to get Reiki done, and the woman who
Nice,
did my Reiki, she also happens to be a medium.
nice.
And so I went for Reiki. Like I wasn't going for a reading. I was like, I just feel like I need to like get some movement going with what's going on with me energetically. And so I'm laying on the table, and she starts talking to me, and she's like, is your grandmother on your mother's side still with us? And I'm like, yeah, like she's still alive. She goes, there's uh, I'm getting this like older woman. It's definitely on your mom's side. I don't know, is there like another like motherly figure? And I was like, I don't know. Like in my mind I'm thinking maybe it's like my great grandmother, because it's like the closest thing to that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and she's like, yeah, she's like kind of stern, and she's not like the most like cuddliest or friendliest. And I go, that's got to be her, like
Oh
based
shit.
on. And then she goes, yeah, she wants me to tell you, because at the time I was just going through some health stuff, and she like it came up in what the woman was saying about my body and like what was going on health wise.
Uh,
And she's like, this woman wants me to tell you, tell him to suck it up, like he's not dying, like he's gonna be fine. And like to stop crying, even though like I wasn't, like it was just I just went to go get looked at.
damn.
And then she goes, and what like was the nail in the coffin was, she goes, yeah, she's handing me she wants me to hand you a this like burgundy rose. And that immediately I knew it was her, because when we were
Wow.
children she used to crochet burgundy flowers,
Oh
and
wow.
she would give them out to all the grandkids. And so
Neat.
I was like, so in those moments, stuff like that where I'm like, how would this person have that, like be able
Exactly.
to tell me that, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Yeah, when they're able to pinpoint exactly when it's like, oh, that's especially for mediums. Yeah, you don't want to
Hmm.
say too much because then it's just like, okay, well, what are they? What what are you telling them all this for? They're supposed to be telling you this,
Hmm.
especially when it's past loved ones. Yeah, mediumship's wild, but that's the thing is, yeah, that's cool. When she pulls it out, you're just
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, this is real. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She used to make those burgundy roses, y'all.
Yeah. So
Wow.
how long have you been reading now? You said 5 years before you started and a year in, right? So it's been
Yeah.
6 total.
Yeah, so it was like 2019. Like it was like
Mhm.
2019 when I really started to like pick it up, learn it, and then start reading for like my friends and family and
Mhm.
strangers. And yeah, so I've been reading since COVID. And yeah, just last year I opened the spiritual business. So professionally, I've been doing it for a year and reading tarot for 5 years before that. And I've been doing astrology for since I was a kid. And it's like learning about it, researching it, studying it, taking it very seriously, like absorbing the information and utilizing it and understanding the influences that everything has cosmically.
Mhm.
And for yeah, since I was like 15.
the whole premise of this podcast is basically, I love talking to people who have carved out their own path. Everybody does it differently. That's the thing. We're told online, you see all these people who are like, here's the I say this at almost every episode. Here's the 5 steps to like putting your brand together, or, marketing yourself or whatever. But like at the end of the day, like we're all different people. We all have different approaches to how we operate and what makes sense and what, feels right. Like we said earlier,
Yeah,
how do we feel our way into something that is in alignment with who we are as an individual so that we can run our business efficiently?
exactly.
And so for you, where were you at when you're like, okay, I think this is something that's viable to start this business and actually like make this something that I can, support myself with?
Well, yeah, so that's it. As I was still working, and holy, my body was taking its toll.
Mm,
And like that's the thing is, I don't even know now if I still have them, but it's gotten better. But I had two herniated discs at the L4 and L5, and as a tall guy, I'm 6'5". It's not. And Canadian Tire, I was a supervisor for two different departments, and so I was doing a bunch of all the time, every day, and just running back and forth. And like I give 150%. Like if I don't care, like I'll push and push and I'll do the thing. I'm an Aries, so bitch, I'm going. And I literally couldn't anymore. I couldn't keep going, and I hurt myself at work like a few different times, and it was just not feasible. And then I
mm,
would go to work and I couldn't do. I well, I shouldn't have pushed as hard, and so I would still give 150%,
mm,
and it was just taking its toll. So I was like, this isn't right anymore, and so I literally stopped working, and then I wasn't working for like a couple years, and my partner was supporting me, and I literally wasn't making any money. I wasn't doing anything, and so something I was just like, what the? And I was still doing tarot, like I was reading,
yeah.
and it was just like, oh, okay, like I could totally turn this into like a business. Like I could probably
Hmm.
do this. Like I could do this and monetize on it, and I can make a career of this. Like I could do this. And that's really why. It's because my body was not having it anymore. The
Hmm.
physical labor part is it was too much, and I didn't want to slow down anyway. And so it's like I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and then I couldn't. My body literally was like, no. And so it was from there that I was like, you know what? Like the new age isn't feasible. Yeah, because the old biddies don't know how to fucking utilize it. So they are telling you that it's not feasible. There's nothing to it. There's nothing there. It's not, you should not do that. It's a waste of time.
Well, they also don't
Yes.
understand it, right?
Well, hello, Betsy. It's a waste of time for you, mama, not for me. Like the
Yeah.
and so that's the thing is you really have to start trusting yourself. It's like
Hmm.
we've been taught to mistrust our own guidance, our own
Yeah.
intuition, our own lived experience, and in favor of whatever the society wants you to do, a regurgitation from whatever your parents told you when you were growing up. It's so many things that you have to
Yeah.
dismantle, and it's like if you don't, you're going to spend your life chasing something someone else told you is desirable, and it's like why the are you listening to someone who has not lived your life, who has never lived a day in your shoes, and also didn't chase their dreams? Someone who did not trust themselves and bet on themselves to go after what they truly desired. No, they stuck.
Preach.
They stuck with whatever plan their parents or society or whoever told them to do, and they never questioned it. And so,
Hmm.
why the fuck am I going to be listening to Betsy over here telling me not to do this when I know that I can? I didn't know that I would be doing this. I didn't know that I would be a reader. I never, like, this wasn't on my radar. What was on my radar is I'm a writer, and I'm really creative, and I have something to say, and I want the world to see it. And that's where I was going. It's like I've been writing my whole life. I've been conceptualizing an idea for a novel series my entire life, and I really put pen to paper in like 2017 and started to create this novel series. I just didn't have connections. I didn't have people. There wasn't really any resources available for me to really get to where I wanted. Having a
Hmm.
platform for exposure, it's like, and I didn't want to fund it myself because I don't have any money, and so I was like, okay, well, I got to put that on the back burner. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm still gonna write. It's my passion. Like, that's something I love. But it's gonna take too long for me to have this go anywhere. Meanwhile, I'm making $0. And so I'm like, okay, yes, obviously we need to shift this a little bit. That's going to be put on the back burner. I'm still going to be writing. But then it really started to shift when like that's the biggest thing is I have always trusted myself. Like literally since I was a child, I understood that people were stupid and nobody knows what they're doing. like, like,
It's so true. No one
and
has a clue.
no one knows. No one has any idea what they're doing. And so like this, I was like 12 years old. Like I literally was like 12, 13 years old being like, I mean, maybe it's just because I'm an arrogant man. But I was like, oh wow, these bitches is stupid. Like they are actually stupid and
Hmm.
they don't trust themselves. They have reserved themselves lower than everyone around them, and so now they've put so much faith and energy into what other people tell them to do, what other people, their opinions of them, all these things, that is, it's not even you. Like it's like you are relying on these people to make you who you are. Okay, so who are you without them? So I have always trusted myself. I've been very steadfast in my convictions and my trust for myself. There was still this thing of mistrust in my own ability, and that really changed like 2017, like around 2017.
What you said earlier, like I truly believe that everybody can tap into intuition in a way that is
100%.
outside of just like we said, dreaming and whatever. Like I truly
Right.
believe that that is a thing that is accessible to us. Now, the powers that be, whatever you want to call it, whether it's through media, television, like our phones, that I think is designed to shut that down.
Yeah.
The food we eat, the poison that we ingest on a daily basis, all the chemicals, yada yada, like that
Yeah.
shuts this down. I 100
100%.
100%. Now, how did you hone in and like refine your connection, let's say, and how would you suggest to others to do that? Because I, like you, the way you describe, like, picking up things and feeling like it's just that energy, right? That feeling
Yeah.
of I'm not crazy. I'm definitely like sensing something or other. And so it's more, asking for a friend, but like, what advice would you give to anyone who's listening to be like, to hone in on their own version of that?
Holy. Okay. So, well, that's the big one, isn't it? Because it really, that
Hmm.
is huge. Like, it's not just like, yeah, like I said, having trust in yourself isn't enough,
Yeah.
but that's the beginning. Like, and that's the beginning of, that's the end of chapter one. It's like the first thing. There's like the preface. The preface is you have to dismantle the foundation that you were given, the foundation that you built everything upon, what you know to be true.
Hmm.
You have to dismantle all of it, and you literally, it's like you have to play a trick on your mind, because you'll go through a fucking cognitive dissonance sitting here being like, bitch, I am crazy. But
Step out of the matrix.
you gotta wake up. You gotta wake
Hmm.
up. What pill are you taking? Are we Neo? That's the biggest thing, is you have to dismantle the foundation. You have to really question why you are doing anything, why you react the way that you react, why you engage with the thoughts that you engage with, and why you care about what you care about. And
Hmm.
and ultimately, it does come down to, like, yes, you have to tell yourself that everything you know to be true is wrong, and
Yeah.
then relearn everything. It's like that doesn't mean everything that you know is false or bad. It just means that there's some things unconsciously that you've picked up that is now cemented into your subconscious that you don't even
Absolutely.
realize. And that's it, is you have to dismantle everything to get rid of those things. You can't just pick and choose, because when you're picking and choosing, you are not realizing where you've been restricted, and you have to take a clean slate. Like you can't just pick and choose to keep a couple things.
Hmm.
Those things will arise if they're meant to be there. They will come back to you if they're supposed to be there. If it's information and knowledge that you are supposed to utilize, it will come back. And so that's the biggest thing, is that's hard. That is hard to do. That is hard. Like there's so many things, because it's, number one, it's taking accountability. It's taking accountability for the that you've been through. It's taking
Hmm.
ownership of your entire life. But how liberating is that? How liberating is it to accept to yourself that, yeah, even the in your life has been your fault. It's like there's certain situations that you have placed yourself in that you should not have been in, and lessons have been learned now that you will never place yourself in moments like this.
Hmm.
But that's the power that you have. And it's like, if you don't look at it like that, then you're always going to be in a state of mistrust and a victimhood mentality, thinking that you can't achieve what you want and thinking that you're not deserving of it. And so it's literally breaking down everything and starting anew. And that's
Hmm.
scary, and it's hard. And the earlier the better. Because that's it, is that happened for me when I was 12 years old. Bing, I became sentient one day and was like, oh, I'm a person. I'm a person. and I can do things. And so like that's the thing is when you're not feeling your emotions, when you've been told that you can't do certain things because that's bad, you're a man, you shouldn't, or anyone, it's just stop giving a what people think about you.
Yeah.
Do you really give a what stupid bitches think about you?
Hmm.
Like, do you care about their opinion? No, you just care that their opinion is bad of you. Okay, is that what's worse? Is like
Hmm.
you actually being a bad person, or someone thinking that you're bad? Like, there's so many things we put so much faith and energy outside of ourselves. You have to stop, reassess, and yeah, wake the fuck up.
The thing is, like, it's easy to say, oh yeah, like step out of it, but when, like, if you're talking to somebody who they are like, they believe what is on their birth certificate, like that is who I am, that is that my identity, like, somebody could look at me and say like, oh, you're just a, a white gay man, whatever.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, sure, you can judge me based on what I present physically because I didn't choose this. None of
yeah,
us chose the body we're in.
right,
Maybe, like, if you go a step further, then maybe we actually did based on, the contracts we sign before
yeah,
we come here, which I also believe in this realm. Like, I didn't pick this, right?
right,
And so somebody could judge me for just based on that. And to me, I'm like, you can project or judge me based on something, but I'm like, I have to go one step further and acknowledge that, like, I'm more than that, and somebody can look at me sideways and I'm like, it doesn't, I'm not going to allow it to shatter my foundation of what I actually, want to put out into the world, which is connection, which is, good energy, and I want to work hard and I want to do the good things. And if somebody can't see me for who that, I'm not about to sit here and be like, but why? Like, when I started this, people say like hate comments, and I'm like nowhere near anywhere where like I have a huge fan base, but
yeah.
I started getting hate comments, and
Oh shit.
but I I'm like people being like, who gave this white man a microphone, like blah blah blah, and I'm thinking like,
Mm.
I'm not even saying anything crazy, like I'm talking to people about what drives them, what makes them passionate, and I'm like, no matter what, if whether it's a human or a bot, I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh my god, someone said something mean about me. I'm like, I'm gay, I grew up with people saying mean shit
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. And that's a whole nother thing too, is being put into a society that isn't accepting of like who you are
Yeah.
and saying it's so bad. And so there's another type of resilience that we were able to create because I'm a gay
Hmm.
man too. It's like you go into a room and everyone's like, huh. It's like you have to become strong. If you don't, you're going to succumb to it. And it's like
Hmm.
that's unfortunately a lot of people's thing is they do succumb
100.
to everyone's opinion of them. There's and like that's yes, it's hard to have a self-esteem, it's hard to have confidence if you are relying on other people to give you that, if you're relying on other people to like you, if you're relying on other people to accept you. It's like obviously we want to be accepted, yes, obviously we want to be heard,
Hmm.
but if that's not happening, like if yeah, especially when we were kids, like being accepted in the peer group at school, whatever it is, if you are an outsider, if you're on the outskirts, if you're not popular, if you're not one of the cool kids,
100%.
yeah, you're gonna have to build some thick skin because that's the thing is yes, we want acceptance. So when we don't get it, it's horrible. It feels like you feel like you're not worthy. You feel like
Hmm.
you don't deserve compassion or connection or community, and it's just so like it's hard.
Yeah.
how do we build self-esteem? Okay, starting to trust yourself more, starting to trust that you know better for yourself than someone else. Like there's so many things, and it's like to dismantle everything because that is the biggest thing is you have to stop like we are putting too much faith and energy and time into other people thinking that they will help us, thinking that they will make us better. It starts with you. You cannot
100%.
you cannot go to someone thinking that they'll fix you because oh well we're yeah okay we're doing you're giving me a reiki session, it's like I'm coming to you for you to fix me. The healer's not even fixing you. It's like it's you are allowing this energy to be received, and if you are not on at a frequency where you well yeah where you are open to it, it won't work. If you are not willing to shift with it, if you're not willing to evolve, then the thing it won't work. And so
100%.
you have to meet it where it's at. And yes, dismantle, like that's the biggest thing, it's the most destructive, just literally dismantling your entire foundation, rewiring your brain, thought processes, relationships, language that doesn't make sense anymore. You have to do the work, and it's like some people can't, like some people don't have time, they have so much responsibility. And I mean this is also another thing is like I don't give a fuck about that because there is a time and place. Like we said earlier, you come into this life with a soul contract that you agreed to. You signed it. The journey, we don't know. We don't know how we get there. The
Yeah.
lesson, we sign up for the lesson. We
Yes.
don't know how it's being given to us. We don't know how we're going to learn it, and it's not even a guarantee that we do learn it. It's a
Yeah.
guarantee that if you don't, you're going to die and then come back and then have to repeat the same
Mm-hmm.
because you haven't done the work. But that's a whole nother thing. Is yes, we come into this life with soul agreements, soul contracts, and karmic debts that we have to pay off. These are karmic lessons, and they're huge, and
Mm-hmm.
it takes work and it takes time. And so what have you been sacrificing for the greater good? What have you been
Mm-hmm.
sacrificing for the lifestyle that you have? What have you been sacrificing for other people? Have you been sacrificing yourself? Oh, then we got to stop that, because that's the first thing. Like for me, that was the first thing, is realizing that I'm a person and like I have my own wants and desires. But then again, I was 12 years old. It's like you wake up and then you're like, oh, bitch, I have power in my life. Like
Yeah.
I can actually steer this car into where I want it to go. Like this isn't just willy nilly by chance. Let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm.
No, bitch, this ain't Planko. We can literally put them where we want. Like we can orchestrate it in a way where it's like you have the power in every scenario that you're in, and it depends on what you want. Like if you are relying on other people to make your reality come to fruition, the
Yeah.
thing that you're desiring, then it's like, okay, bitch, they better be dependable. They better be reliable. They better have
Mm-hmm.
the tools necessary to create whatever you want in your reality. Because if they
Mm-hmm.
don't, then you're not going to get it. Then that's a whole nother thing. Is it takes scenarios like that where you realize that you have been putting so much faith into other people, hoping that whatever you want actualizes, and you realize that they don't have the tools necessary to do that. And then you realize where power is to be reclaimed. It's like you shouldn't do something, you shouldn't make someone else do something for you which you would not do yourself. The and then also, I mean, that it's a little situational, because yes, obviously if you can't do something and someone else can, hello. But that's the thing, is when it's your dreams, when it's your hopes, when it's your desires, when it's your calling, like how are you about to ignore it? You're going to wake up every day wanting to do these things, and if you don't, you're literally going to die without experiencing what you've wanted for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, obviously, yes, if if you want to kill somebody, no, don't do that. um but if it's something that is a desire and it sets your ass on fire, bitch, you better do it. And you should never listen to anyone who hasn't at least tried to go for that.
You're on the money. Like I agree with you 100%. When it comes to, advice or feedback or comments or whatever from people, if you look at where that sort of energy is coming from, like I'm not about to listen to the opinions of somebody who is visibly miserable, is somebody who is not taking the steps to really like step into their, greatness, let's say, like what makes them them.
Yeah.
And it took me many years to get to this point. Like I'm 37, and for me, I'm thinking to myself, like, the more that I say no to things that don't feel right to me, the more that, which, before I was like the FOMO queen, like I want to
Ooh,
go to everything, I want to do everything, I want to be everyone's friend and whatever. And now I'm
nice.
super selective. And
Wow.
finally, I'm like, I feel like if I was to do like a Google Earth view of where I'm headed, like where I feel I'm headed, I'm like, oh, like I'm good. Like
Wow.
I'm good. Things are happening, and it's
Yeah.
and it's something that feels good. It feels right, and I'm moving towards that more. So I have less of an issue saying no, I'm not doing that, or I don't want to be around these people, whatever.
There's so many things that come into play with that, because it's just like on a friendship level, on a business level, on
Mm-hmm.
on like
100.
so many things. It's like, okay, what are you willing to sacrifice here? Because it's like you realize sooner or later where you've been selling yourself short. And it's if you've been putting a lot of faith and energy into other people because you think that they know better,
100.
meanwhile they haven't done anything. They work for the man, and they haven't.
Which has its place, has
Which
its
I mean,
place.
that's the thing, is you can absolutely, like, people need to be, hello, there's 8 billion people in the world. We live in a system, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's cogs and people, there's gears and cogs, and that's everyone is within that system.
Yes, but
but but that system needs to be broken. It's like
yeah, it's
we
been designed by someone else.
It's been designed for you by someone else with not your best interest in mind. It's
100%.
it's for their best interest in mind, and it's so crazy because it's like, what the were the old biddies? What the? But then they were the ones who created the system. They were the one that most benefited from it, and now that system's tearing down. And so, like, I get it. It wasn't. They want to say that our shit's not feasible. Hello, they created a system that is crashing, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's and they were the ones that benefited from it the most. It's like, okay, so we were just supposed to stay in line with the way that they built it and keep it going in the exact way that they did. We tried that. That's what they say that we're doing now. And is it
Mm-hmm.
working? No. And so I think that's the biggest thing is there's systems in place and people blindly trust them.
Yeah. So, okay, so I want to go back a little bit because, you talked about dismantling who we are as individuals when we're born into this earth in order to really like be in alignment or be more in tune with our paths, who we are, the energies around us. So, I want to talk a little bit about identity, going through what you just talked about, but then also considering like, the bodies that we're born into, the lives that we're born into, the society that we're born into. So, how does your identity and your spirituality like intertwine into your work with the caveat of this identity that I'm born into also is I'm beyond that, I'm also a spiritual being.
The way that I read, the way that I do anything, like especially the spiritual business, all of my services, the way that I do them is the way that my brain operates. Like this is who I am outside of the readings and inside of the readings. So it's like there's never a part of me that's not in it. There's never a part of me that's not involved. There's never a part of my identity, myself that isn't involved in anything that I do. And on top of that, being indigenous, being Native American, being Anishinaabe, that's a whole nother thing is the system that we were born into. Like, so my papa, my grandfather, he married a white woman. And at the time, it was no, that was you lost your status. He lost his status. He married a white woman and lost his status. And so there was enfranchisement. It was his kids could get status possibly, but then the kids after that would not be able to. And so now
Mm,
there's all this legislation being passed for people to retain status and get their status back who was involved in enfranchisement and was involved in things like that where they married outside the tribe because it was okay for a woman to marry outside the tribe, but it was not okay for a man to marry outside the tribe, which is it's very strange.
yeah.
um, but that is the biggest thing is repressing that and hiding that and growing up, especially like my parents and their siblings and people of that generation in the town that we were in, they would put such emphasis on the French side of it so that we would
Mm,
not be exposed, that we were not native. You can't come take our children and make them white. It's because we were already white. We were French. And so, no, we're French. What do you mean? Our last name is Boyer. Like, we're French. We're not native. We're not native. So that's literally what it was. It was just, we're French, we're French, we're French. And that's generational. And it's crazy because it's like, that didn't just start like that. It was they had to go through residential schools, they had to go through
yes.
being taken, they had to go through being murdered, and then to develop, oh, actually if we lie to them and tell them that we're white, then maybe they don't want to take us.
Mm,
And so that's literally what was developed. And so there's this huge repression of ancestor, of our lineage, of our ancestors, of who we are and where we come from. And so it was really crazy. Like growing up, it wasn't heavily established. Like there wasn't, hello, yeah, like all my relatives are brown, like they are native. Like look at them. But me and my generation, me and my sisters, me and my cousins, we're lighter, and so it's like we're passing as like I look white as like
mm-hmm.
I look white as shit, but it's because I am. It's because I'm there's white in me, there's native in me, and that's the native side got repressed, and that's the biggest thing is now I've always been so open to it anyway. I've always been so proud of my Native American lineage, and
As you should.
I've never wanted to repress it. I've never been ashamed of it. I've never felt like I couldn't say that I was Native. And so it's so weird because everything that's going down, it's like, especially within the last few years, everyone's learning about the residential schools. As soon as they like find out you're Native, they're like, oh my God. And then they tell you a story about like their cousin's cousin who knew whatever about blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Like
It's
I'm
just,
connected to that. Yeah.
it's like a weird bragging right for people. Like they're like, oh my God, my grandmother and I'm 3%. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't even know I don't know what percent I
How
am.
do you respond to that? Like you're like, it does it. Why does that even need to be brought up right now?
Like hell yeah, Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
Jessica.
hell yeah, you
Jessica.
are. She's like, I'm 3% Cherokee. Like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
mama, good for you. But
Mm-hmm.
that's it, is represent like, hell yeah, you're that 3%. Yes, bitch, because that's the thing, is that's how they can get rid of you. It's like, I know there's a lot of stigma, and it's like, yeah, we don't, like, it's more acceptable if you're darker to be like, oh, well, like, I'm native.
Mm-hmm.
This white bitch named Jessica coming out here saying she's only 3%. But that's the thing, is, hello, represent, like, you are a part of it, you come from it. It doesn't matter that you're three whatever. But that's the thing, is now everyone's so like, this isn't 20,000 years ago when everyone was like either from this part or this part or this part.
Yeah.
Everyone is from everywhere now,
It's
and so
starting to
it's like,
blend. Yeah.
and then that's the thing, is we keep going, everyone's going to be now from everywhere, instead of just like, oh, there's, we got these people over here, we got these people. Okay, everyone is going to be the same.
With that, over the last little while, you mentioned that you've been touring a lot. Talk to me a little bit about that. What has been the most surprising reaction you've seen from people who are like getting a reading with you? Like, what are you getting? What's the feedback you get?
Okay, lucky, knock on the wood. So far, all of the readings, most of the readings that I've done have been very helpful and very highly resonated with everybody. But the craziest it's the craziest where even like, I'm like, just like, for an example, yeah, over the past weekend, so I gave my friend a reading. It was a very simple reading, it wasn't even a full spread. She literally was like, oh my god, I got a reading once by a reader, and they told me that I had like a very negative, evil man in my life, and that it's like very attached to me. And then I was like, what, like an energy, like a person? And she was trying to say that the reader was telling her that it was her boyfriend, and I know the boyfriend, and I'm like, he's literally like a human gummy bear. Like, I mean, you only know people so much, but there's literally no way. So I was like, okay, bitch, no, no, no. And so I got my deck, and I was like, is there an evil man, bitch? Like, show me, tell me, like, give me give it to me, give me the devil right now. If there is a thing, if there's
Hmm.
a person or energy, whatever the fuck, is there some evil? The devil popped out.
Okay.
Two cards actually popped out, and it was the temperance card and it was the devil card. And I was like, bitch, for quite some time there's been some crazy evil energy around you, bitch, who the
Hmm.
and so I pulled some more clarifier cards, and it wasn't a person, it was an energetic, it was an energy.
Okay.
It was something that is siphoning from her. But it's like, this is the biggest thing, is for me, the devil card represents energy that we are letting in. It represents that there's potentially a relationship, a physical plane relationship with a person, that is not good. That is
Mm.
not good. It can manifest like that, but it can also manifest as, okay, bitch, you are a radio station. Anyone has
Mm.
access to this tune, and we got to hone in on it. Like, no one even is paying for a subscription. Everyone can just have access. We got to hone it in. We have to be more diligent. We have to have more discernment here, because you are letting so much in, and it is taking from you. And so a lot of the time, this manifests in ways of putting faith and trust into other people, thinking that they know what they're doing, and you listen to their advice and you do blah blah blah, and it backfires the shit on you. Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be
Mm.
asking the person blah 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 that didn't trust themselves to do whatever, didn't bet on the blah blah blah. There's so many things, and so that's what it represents for me most of the time. But that has happened a few times. I read for someone else, and I was like, and that's the thing, is, I don't like to censor myself. I say what I say. Like, I'm not holding back, and I'm not being rude. And like, that's the biggest thing too, is like, I don't give a like, I don't care.
Hmm.
Like, on a I just want the best for the person I'm reading for. I just
Yeah.
want to help them and give them clarity and insight. But I don't care about the decisions they're making and who they are as a person. Like, I'm not holding anything against you. I'm not sitting here judging you. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting here being like, oh my god, like, no. Like, what the cards is, it's not me. It is literally, this is not my opinion of you, this is
Hmm.
the message, this is the story that's in the cards. And so I don't like to censor myself. And when I first was starting, I was like, okay, how much is too much? Like, do I say, like, it can call you out?
Yeah.
And so, like, should I? And so I do every time. I don't hold
Hmm.
myself back, and it's been like that this whole time. And so, bitch, there was another time where I was like, holy fuck, it says that you came into this world with some crazy ass. And she's like, oh, yeah, no, I did. And I've done things to get rid of it. And I had kids, and I gave it to them, and I did a whole thing to remove it. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. We're talking about some crazy shit. Like, if a psychologist was in here, if a doctor was in here, they'd be like, schizo. You got to go to
Mm-hmm.
the psych. You got to go psych work. And so watch where you have these conversations. But it suggested in the cards that she had some crazy ass, and she was like,
Mm.
"Yep." And so that's when I was like, "Okay, I can't censor myself. I literally cannot hold myself back. I need to say what is here because they need it." And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm blunt, like, and I swear, and I'm like, just bitch, like and
So, okay, you're telling people about their energies and like protecting themselves, but like, how do you protect your energy? Because to me, I would feel like you're opening yourself up to so much. Like, what is your practice to create a bit of a barrier from that?
oh, so that's the thing too. And it's like I would even question myself, like I think it's because I'm crazy. I think it's because I'm crazy that it's just like spirits like, oh bitch, you already got some, we don't need to you, like, yeah, you're reading for
Yeah.
everyone, you're at my is so, like, it's literally, it's the Phoenix Force. I mean, I don't want to sound, oh my god, that sounds so like um
It's not, honestly, just go for it. Like
it's
you're in a safe
literally,
space.
have you seen yeah, X-Men Dark Phoenix?
Hmm.
It's literally the Phoenix Force is the bitch Jean Grey. I mean, she eventually is like, oh bitch, like I can handle it. But the Jessica Chastain, the villain bitch, she's
Hmm.
trying to take her and it's way too much. So the bitch dies. And that's the thing is all the people that I have read for, everyone that I have come into contact with, like even not reading for them, like I'm insane. Like I don't know what the it is. My energy is crazy. And so I think spirits like there's a constant flow of protection. There is a
Mm.
constant flow of energy that doesn't allow for anything to get in. And it's like, ooh, so that isn't well. That only covers a couple different facets of my life. That's not every area. For reading and spirituality, like 100%. Like it's like I literally don't, like, I mean, I burn sage and I have some crystals and I do, but it is nothing compared to the energy inside of me. Like I literally don't go out of my way to do anything. I'm not sitting here doing like, I mean, yeah, for a tarot reader, for someone who's like spiritual, I'm not sitting here like I mean, it sounds so like mean because it's like, that's all great, love and light, woohoo. But bitch, that's not me. I'm not sitting here being
Yeah.
like, oh my god, spread love and joy and love.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's also another thing is to when you're too much like that, you do have to protect more and you do have to cleanse more and you do have to smudge more because bitch, not everything can be love and light. Like you got to reclaim some of your
No.
darkness. There's some power to be reclaimed there. And yeah, when people are too much in their love and light, I just, oh my god, I want to die.
It's too phony. Like I can't
Yeah.
get into that shit. Like, listen, I'm a spiritual person. I absolutely believe in, a higher power. I think that we're all connected. Like I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
But the second that it's that tone of voice, or it's just like,
Yes.
anytime I see that, it's a massive red flag. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that, like, I don't give a shit about that approach because it doesn't resonate. I'm like, we are in the physical, 3D world.
Yes.
There needs to be some grit. Like
Yes.
that's fact. And we can't live in this like polished reality.
No.
It's not real.
And it's so like it's like, okay, so what is that fucking telling people? Like it's like the people who are really 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 struggling, they see that and it's like they think like that's real. Like they think like, oh,
Yeah.
like I should, that's how I should be, like I should always be all I'm seeing this new term online and it's called toxic compassion, and it's being so overwhelmingly available to hold space for anyone and anything that you can't be, that you can't be honest, that you can't be blunt, that you can't say it straight up, that you can't frame
It's
it in
not
such,
sustainable. I'm sorry, but like when people like
it's
get like,
not.
"Oh, yeah," it's so cringe. It's so
Yeah,
cringe.
it's 100% like you're not, this is a facade, this is a show, you are this isn't, if this is how you are every day, you're what the
I'm so pumped for you to do a reading, which
yeah,
to anyone listening, if you want to check it out, it's going to be on YouTube. Like we're going to post the whole thing, no holds barred, but I like your approach. Like even just the way you're describing it, I'm like, yeah, that's how I approach life. I'm like, I'm not a, I'm kind of like a, this is maybe up to say, it just popped in my head, but I'm like a no lube kind of girl. Like I'm like, just fucking
Nice.
go for it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not trying to like sugarcoat. Recently, I was with a friend, and she went through like a hard time with like a relationship, and I said to her, I'm like, do you want to be heard or do you want my opinions? And like by the end, I kind of just told her my opinions anyway. I'm like, that guy, he's a piece of shit. Like, don't
Nice.
lower yourself for him. And
Yeah.
I just, because I can't, like, if I love you, if I don't care about you, I'm not even going to do any of that. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if it's something where, I'm like, okay, I actually care about you, I will give the tough love because I also want it back. And I know not everybody is me, but that's just my MO. I'm like, would you rather me be direct or
Yeah.
give you some bull answer that's going to make you feel good, but is actually not good for you in the long run?
No, because that's it. Is like, okay, you keep telling them, oh my God, it'll get better. Like, it's okay. Like, you didn't do anything wrong.
It's
Like,
okay,
yes,
sweetie.
it's okay, mom. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't got to worry about it. Like, he was an asshole. Like, yes, obviously, yes, he was an asshole. But, like, where's your power, mama? Like, you cannot let
Mhm.
someone control you like this because it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I was talking about earlier, too, is yeah, the different facets of my life where I am like that, where it's just like, I'm and like people don't have that control over me, they don't have that influence over me where they can do or say or whatever, be anything that can disrupt my flow, my energy, my
Mhm.
resilience, my course.
Yeah.
um Bitch, where the was I going with that?
No lube.
uh, that's it. No lube, honestly, bitch. I need some lube for sure. Baby oil, actually.
So a big part of this podcast is, and it's in the tagline, is I like to talk to people about like what the moments that they come up against. We all, especially when we decide to go out on our own to create our own path to like go after a career that is not the like 9 to 5 we wake up and go to work every day. So like, what's one of those like what the just happened, what the moments that still kind of blows your mind to this day?
There's so many things like along well, there's so many there, and there's different things. So like along this along the lines of like, yeah, reactions from readings, it's always crazy, like the ones I've already talked about. Like I was on the radio, like
Mm.
that was really cool, like, and it was within the first 2 months of me starting, like, and
It just
that was
shows you're
wild.
like right where you're supposed to be.
And like I give 150% of myself. If I'm gonna do something, bitch, you better like, it's gonna be good, like,
Hmm.
and so and I never have any expectation of anything. I'm never like, but everything I do, it's like, that's the thing, is it's very like, I mean, yeah, like I don't want to be like arrogant and be like, oh my God, I'm so good, like I'm good, I'm so good at what I do, I'm the best, like, oh my God, I get everything I want.
But
No.
listen, I'm gonna pause you for a minute. You can do that. It's not ego. That
Yeah.
we live in a world where people on that like approach, and if you're saying it in a way that is not egotistical, where you're like, I'm good. Like it's like me. I can say, I know I'm good at what I do. I'm a great
Right.
designer. I am observant. I'm just able to do the job very well. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not
Right.
saying I'm better than so and so. I'm like, I'm just good at what I do. So
Yeah.
anyway, own it is what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, I don't need to be throwing anyone under the bus to prove how good I am. And it's like, that's the thing I said earlier, is like, if you are relying on other people to make you who you are, who the
100%.
are you without them? Because, bitch, oh, if the only reason I'm doing so good is because you're doing so bad, then, bitch, remove you from the scenario, then I guess there ain't no nothing, is there? It's
Mhm.
like, if the only thing is comparison, then you're always going to find someone better than you. We pigeonholed ourselves into being like, I need to do exactly what they did. Like, I need to do it exactly the way they did because that's exactly what I want. Bitch, the world, like, the spirit, universe, God is trying to give you $80 billion and you only want one. It's like, you're holding yourself back from receiving everything the universe wants to give to you because you think that just achieving, striving for this one thing that you hope so much is what brings you satisfaction or brings you validation. Like, yes, you're striving for what you want, but we also have to be open to what the universe wants to give to us. Your path is not going to be the exact same way that this bitch did it. You have to find your own way, and it's going to be better because it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things. An entrepreneur, that energy, you have to do what you love. The thing that you're doing, you need to be able to do it for free, because if
Yeah.
you are willing to do it for free, imagine how much money can manifest from that. If you are willing to,
This whole thing is free. I do so much of this work for free, but it's true. It's exactly what you're saying. Sorry, I just
well, that's it. If
I know what you mean.
you can monetize on something that you're passionate about, and if you are willing to do it for free, spirit's like, holy shit, bitch, that's how abundant you are. Is it's flowing out of you, you're willing to do it for nothing because it's a part of you, it's who you are.
Mhm.
Someone somewhere is willing to pay you millions for it. And so that's the biggest thing, is that entrepreneurial spirit, that trust in yourself. When you bet on yourself, spirit says, buckle up, bitch, you're ready to go. You can't be so rigid in the path that you want to take, because bitch, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And you have to be open to it. Spirit wants to give you 10 times what you're going after, and it's being able to recognize.
You are speaking to my soul right now, because that is exactly what I'm going through in my own life. Like this like transformation of I've been doing design my whole adult life. Like I went to
Wow.
school for graphic design. I
Wow.
worked for an agency as a designer. I started my own business almost 9 years ago as a designer.
Nice.
And so I'm now at this point where, okay, I'm like, what? Something's got to give. Like I need to do something outside of that. And I'm seeing like I'm not both personally, professionally, like I'm not like evolving in the way that I think makes the most sense or feels right. You know, I think, and obviously, like there are outside external factors, but I'm not trying to look at those, because
Mm-hmm.
even though, like, this is my own, don't no one shit on me for this, but like my own views of the world, even though everything outside of me is telling me to be depressed, to not have hope, to all these things, I genuinely feel optimistic for my future, because I'm truly like tapping into what makes the most sense for me as a person.
Yeah.
What are the things I'm listening to, what's happening around me, and like we've been saying, and I'm, this podcast was something I wanted to do forever, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And my world is expanding exponentially because of it. It
Wow.
is bringing so many, you included, it is bringing so many new people into my life, and it is showing me that by doing something, actioning something, that means it is, to me, it's connection. That's something that I love to do. It's broadening my world. It's growing my presence in the world. And so on and so forth. And so once I'm with you 100%, and at the end of the day, it's also helping me figure out what is my purpose. Like for the longest time, it's like, yeah, I'm creative, I'm good at drawing, I'm a good designer, sure, but it's like, what takes it a step beyond that? What is actually, like, what am I doing with it, not just making things pretty, right? It's like, what's my why? And that's what I'm like sort of starting to suss out. It's really making me feel like, okay, girl, you got this, like you're
Hmm.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. When you start, you go with the flow, but it's not anyone's flow, it's your flow. When you tap
Hmm.
in, when you trust yourself, when you take the setbacks as lessons, when you understand that everything happens for a reason.
Hmm.
You get
Yeah.
stopped at the train, bitch, spirit didn't want you to get in a car accident. It's like,
100.
or you lost your keys right before you were about to leave. It's like, bitch, there's things that's slowing you down for a reason. Like there's so many things that it's like, yeah, setbacks, but then also push forwards. It's like, what do
Hmm.
they call them? Instead of triggers, they're glimmers. It's like things where it's like you have to look on the brighter side of things. And then also, yes, law of attraction, bitch, if you think that something is going to go wrong,
It
bitch,
will.
something's probably going to go wrong. Like, yeah, like what, if you think everything's going to
100%.
go right, it doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
If I go back to like journal entries that I wrote like 2 years ago, the general theme is I'm writing from a place of lack. I'm like, I don't have this. I'm not here yet. I want to achieve this. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not, like, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It was part of my path. It's part of what's gotten me to who I am today. But I'm like, girl, like enough of that. Like, let's start to bring in some like abundance, and not
Yeah.
focus so much on the negative
Yeah.
and the lack and what's not there. And it really is a game changer. Anyway, I want to switch gears, because
Yeah.
you're talking about stepping into your path, your alignment, and like what makes sense for you. You talked about being on the radio. You're talking about you work out of Wolf and Rebel. Over the last year, you've started to create community in Windsor. Now that you're in your flow, like what does that look like for you?
Well, that's, community is everything. Community is everything. It is I don't talk to many people. I do. I read for a million people and I'm always talking. But me, Gordon, I don't talk to many people. And so I have a few select friends, and they're very good. They're lifelong, and I'll always be with them. And that has been a really big thing, a really big shift in my eyes is allowing myself community, allowing myself to be seen and uninhibited, not orchestrating a certain viewpoint of myself that only certain people can see,
Mm-hmm.
because that was the biggest thing is I did care a lot about what people thought about me and being seen. And like now I'm like, holy shit, like I literally don't give a but
Yeah.
it's not because it's not because people are talking about me and they're like they're being mean or they're being no bitch. I don't give a because I thought that that was what was going to happen, that people wouldn't accept me, that people wouldn't say it wouldn't say nice things about me. um, there's so many things that I had to break down even now that was from childhood, was from not being accepted, fear of rejection because of that. Like there's so many things that once you put yourself on the line, the people that are supposed to come to you, especially the people that are supposed to stay, you're robbing yourself and them of that connection because you're scared. That has been something that has really shifted, is my sense of community, especially the ladies at Wolf and Rebel, especially people that I've met along the way, especially people that I started in the beginning, like when I didn't even have anything, like Krista Rose, like she let me use her decks that night at the lodge. Shannon Rive of Hawthorne Healing, she was like the first person that was like, bitch, you could do this. And then like I did it. And then Krista, and then fucking Jenny at the like, especially Wolf and Rebel, like that's like that's been the place. Like when I first started, no, but like I messaged a million people and nobody got back to me. Wolf and Rebel did. And Annie was like, bitch, let's go. And so they have these business pop-ups. It's every Saturday and Sunday, and it's small business pop-ups for local businesses, for independent small businesses, for people who are doing it themselves, for exactly that community, for
Mm-hmm.
exposure, and for a platform that they don't have themselves. And it's very local and it's very community driven, and like just coming into that, it was just so nice. Like it was just so like she made everything so easy, and I didn't have anything. Like I literally didn't have anything. I didn't have anyone. Like it was crazy. And so
Mm-hmm.
now it's just I'm there every Wednesday, and like that didn't even take too long. Like I first did my first pop-up there in September, and then by November I was there every Wednesday. And
Yeah.
it's just so like the people I'm meeting, like it's just everything I'm doing. Like now I'm doing the psychic fairs, like so it's just really, community is crazy, it's everything.
Mm-hmm. We're nearing the end, and every episode from the beginning, I've been asking my guests the same questions. If you were to look at like your life and just who you are as a person, like what would you say is the most on brand thing about you?
Probably like how honest, yeah, probably how honest I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't beat around the bush. I say it, and I say it even if it's gonna cause a fight, bitch. I'm saying it. Like I don't give
Mm-hmm.
a like if I feel I need to say it, then I'll say it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has that shifted at all for you from when you started GQ Tarot to now?
No. No.
I love that.
No. Not really. No. No. It's like it's still very much don't
Mm-hmm.
beat around the bush. I'm all out. Lay it all out.
What do you see is like next for you?
So now I'm going to be doing the West tour with the Galaxy Fairs, because it's just been Ontario so far. In the new year, at the beginning of March, I'm going to be going on tour with them for 3 months, and
Amazing.
it starts in Sudbury, and then it goes Sudbury and then Thunder Bay. But then after that, it's a different city, a different town every weekend, and all the way to Vancouver, and
Wow.
it's for 3 months. And so that's really what I'm like preparing for, getting focused on, and yeah, really getting aligned for and prepared for. Yeah,
So this will come out probably end of January or early February.
cool.
So then people listening now will
Oh,
be
it'll be
able to
like
check
boom,
you out.
he's about to be going. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's perfect. And so if
Cool.
anybody listening wants to get in touch with you or get a reading from you, like where can they find you?
So I'm at Wolf and Rebel every Wednesday. And if I'm not, I usually post on my story that I won't be able to make it on whatever day. But
Hmm.
I'm at Wolf and Rebel every Wednesday. I'm online as well. I have different pop ups all over the place, all over Windsor, Essex, every month. And yeah, on my Instagram, on my Facebook, I'm always posting. I'm always putting everything up. I have my booking site that you can book any service anytime. Well, actually, it's only available on Mondays. But yeah, I'm online. I'm Wolf and Rebel every Wednesday.
Drop the tag. What is it? So
Oh,
people.
like GQ Tarot.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Yeah. My Twitter, my do not look up my Twitter. My Instagram and Facebook is at GQ Tarot.
Well, thank you, Gordon. I appreciate you so much for coming on the show. I know that like it's been a long time coming, but finally we recorded,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate you making the time to do this.
Yeah. Well, no, thank you. And this has been so easy. Like it's like, bitch, I feel like I've known you forever. We're just talking.
I
Like,
love it.
yeah,
That's my whole MO. I'm like, it's just I've had friends being like, I'm so nervous to do it because I have like a bunch lined up for the next few weeks, and I'm like, girl, it's like talking to me. It's fine, and
yeah,
usually the like general is like they start out a little like apprehensive, and then by the end it's like we're just shooting the shit, and I'm like, yeah, that's the point,
yeah.
right?
No, exactly. And that's how I treat everything. Like this is how I read. Like I'm going to be doing your birth chart and it's going to be the exact same. Like it's, yeah.
Mhm. So Gordon and I are going to hop over to YouTube. If you're on Spotify, check out our YouTube account. He's going to be doing a reading on, what's coming for Geo in 2026. If you are on this video, then you could check out the other video on my YouTube account. And to anybody listening, you can check the podcast out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all of the socials. And Gordon, once again, I want to thank you for taking part of this, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.